All right. We just want all of you to know that this Zoom meeting is being recorded for TPF records, as well as to share out to all of you. You will get an after action survey email after this meeting, and one of the things in the email will be a link to this recording. That way you can share it with all of the other individuals from your organization that will be working the booth with you. All right, so here we go. DeSoto County Ahead Informational Zoom. Like I said, I am Alicia Xantis. I'm one of the co-leads for exhibitors with this event. Lindsay Smith is also a co-lead. You have probably received emails from not just me, but her as well. The third woman that is listed here is Sherry Corrier, the initiative lead for DeSoto County Ahead. And then we have Erica Kelly listed. She is our project manager. We welcome all of you. We're so excited you're here and we can't wait to see you in January as an exhibitor. Today for our session, we do ask that you mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Like I said, this Zoom will be recorded and we encourage you to share it with others. If you have a question, we will have a question and answer session at the very end of the presentation. But if it's something you'd like to say right away, you can physically raise your hand, or you can go down and hit the react button to raise your hand, or you can even drop it in the comment in the chat. Like I said, those three women are working behind the scenes. If they see something pop in, they can either answer it quickly or they'll stop me so I can read it for the whole group to hear. And then renaming yourself, I think we've already got that covered. Our agenda today. Today we will do an event overview. We'll talk about some background information. We'll review event information like social media, exhibitor setup, day of information, and connections. We will review and verify exhibitor registration. We'll go over some best practices. And like I said, the Q&A section will be right there at the end. At this time, I'm going to pass it over to our initiative lead, Sherry Corrier, for a little bit of background information. Sherry, you are muted. I was gonna say maybe it was one of us that muted you. We're just following the housekeeping rules. That's it, Sherry. All right,
Can
it's
you
on.
hear me? Can you hear me now?
We
Okay.
can.
Apologies for the bumpiness of my screen, but an unfortunate amount of traffic delayed me from getting to my permanent destination. But I couldn't miss welcoming everybody this morning. Promise I'll go off screen so you don't have to all bump along with me. I'm not driving though, just so I can be sure you know I'm being safe here. But welcome. This is our third year of the DeSoto County Ahead event. And as always, it continues to grow. We thank you so much. Last year at the event, we had nearly 400 attending. So that gives you an idea of what to expect. However, I'm going to challenge all of you. I looked at our full registration this morning after yesterday's first information session. And when I challenged those folks to share it out with friends and other people that you might think would want to have resources, we had about 15 more signups yesterday. So we're just right at the 320 mark. And we have, of course, just a little over 30 days left. So we're shooting for 450, everybody. So please help us out. Help us out to get the word out. And also at last year's event, we had around 60 exhibitors. And with the fine work of Alicia and Lindsay, that has grown this year. And we are pushing 80. And we feel like we're going to be over 80. So there's going to be new resources that even many of you have not seen before, people you haven't met before. And we thank you for your suggestions from last year about creating a special time just for exhibitors to share before the event is open formally to the public. And you'll hear more about that from Alicia. We've sent out lots of reminders, but I do want to mention, as you're talking amongst each other or you're looking at the information about who's going to be participating, if you see an organization that already thinks they're registered, we've done a really good job of trying to formally make sure everybody knows. But you know, there's always that one or two that may not be able to follow up completely. So please remind folks you're talking to that they need to formally be registered and they would have received that confirmation from Lindsay or Alicia on here. So really excited. Also, we've engaged with over 1,500 DeSoto County residents in the last couple years at our community conversations with the Harwood Institute. And we want to thank all of you, those that have participated, because a lot of what we're doing together in DeSoto County is really based upon what the community has requested and needs. And every day there are new needs. So it's really exciting to meet new people, to get more people involved. And we want to give a shout out to our public innovators that are on here that are so active and engaged. So really, hopefully, this will be a great event. We've got some surprises that'll be there, new things that you haven't seen before, and we always try to step it up every year. So thanks so much. Thanks for letting me come on while still traveling, and I'm going to turn it back over to Alicia.
Thank you, Sherry. All right. So for those of you who are new this year, you're going to hear a lot of verbiage that you might be thinking, what are they talking about? I even think to myself, I've been rattling off the acronym TPF, which does stand for the Patterson Foundation. You're going to hear things like after action survey or pay it forward. Some of these words might be new to you. For some of you, not so much, but materials like these are very important. The first one was sent to all of you. It is the exhibitor packet. It was sent earlier this week along with the Zoom link so that you could go ahead and join us here. If for some reason you did not get the exhibitor packet, you can drop your email in the link in the chat now, or shoot me an email, or Lindsay or Sherry, and we'll make sure we get it to you. The exhibitor packet is very important. It provides general information and details for the event. We also ask that you do share it again with anyone who will be working the booth with you. The other material here you have not received yet, but you will receive it after your meeting today. That's the DeSoto County Ahead Communications Guide. This provides information about media inquiries, some example talking points, and social media details that you can share with your networks about your involvement in this event. This will be sent out again following this meeting. Perfect. Thank you, Daniel, for letting us know. We'll make sure you get that. Exhibitor setup. When you signed up to be an exhibitor, there were two options for setup. The first one was Monday, January 12th from 12 to 3. The second one was day of event, January 13th from 12 to 2:30. If for some reason you need to switch days or those times no longer work for you, please send me an email or Lindsay an email and we'll be sure to accommodate you. The big thing here with setup is right here in red. We need everyone to make sure that they are unloaded by 2:30 and that your exhibitor station is set up by 3 o'clock on January 13th. We listened to all of you last year, and this year we're going to go ahead and start something brand new. There will be an exhibitor exchange from 3 to 4 p.m. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it later, but no, it's really important that all of your materials are unloaded by 2:30 and your booth is ready to go by 3 p.m. the day of the event. When you arrive at the Turner Center, you will go ahead and park in that south main entrance. If you are unfamiliar with the Turner Center, don't worry. In our exhibitor packet, you will see the same verbiage with a map, so you'll know exactly where to go and what it's called. You will go ahead and come in those front doors, and you will see Lindsay and I standing there at the exhibitor hub. It'll be the first thing you see. When you come to us, we'll make sure to check you in, get you your booth number, and show you where you'll be located. You will then unload all of your materials to your booth, get it set up. And then we wanted to make sure that we talked a little bit about materials. Everyone will receive an 8-foot table with 2 chairs. Again, I'm going to point out that number 2 because that's important. With over 80 exhibitors, it's going to get cramped if you have more than 2 people representing your organization behind your booth. So we ask that please don't tell others in your organization they can't come. We encourage that. Bring more, but only have 2 at a time. That allows others to rotate around to other exhibitors or even to go grab dinner once that's available. So can you bring 5, 6, 7 people from your organization? Of course, but only 2 can be behind your booth at a time. Keep in mind that when you do have your table, there will be no power outlets at your table. There will be Wi-Fi. We will make sure you have access to how to sign up for that. But keep in mind, you will be sharing it with the 400 plus people that are there. So, Wi-Fi, no power, 8-foot table, no more than two people. And one more thing, that 400 plus, keep in mind when you bring things as an exhibitor, that is the number we are expecting. Okay. Day of event. Our event is January 13th from 4 to 8 p.m. That exhibitor exchange highlighted right there with the words new. Those of you who were here last year, you know that we told exhibitors they were more than welcome to walk around with attendees. But this year it's completely different. You will have an hour just for you guys to go around. The doors will not be open to the public. Like I said, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but I'm just going to drop a little teaser here. The event will open to the public at 4 o'clock. From 4 to 6:30 is the resource fair. That is bold because we have to make sure that your booth is staffed for that entire time. Dinner will then open up. The buffet lines will be open from 5 to 7. If you're me, you're wondering, wait, when's dinner for me as an exhibitor? There is a time there from 6:30 to 7 where you would have time to go over because you would not need to man your booth and dinner would still be open. But as long as someone is at your booth, please feel free to walk around. You might notice that the dinner line is looking empty and you could go grab food. Or, like I said, you might want to go around to other booths to go ahead and speak with other organizations. So, as long as there's someone staffing your booth, do not feel like everyone has to stay there the entire time. There will be a program presentation from 7 to 7:30. And then 7:30 to 8, we do ask that you go back to your booth. That is the last call for the resource fair. Exhibitor passport. Those of you who have not been before, this little picture down here is going to show you what it looks like. Those of you who have been here before, it's going to look very similar, but with a lot more numbers. The exhibitor passport will be handed to every attendee and every exhibitor who come into the event. This passport will have numbers on them, front and back, and every exhibitor will receive a sticker that correlates with their organization. What will happen is attendees and exhibitors will walk around, come to your booth. They will discuss with you things that your organization offers, resources available, and then you will give them a sticker to put on their passport. We ask that you do not just hand out stickers every time anyone comes up. We are really encouraging you to engage with others and discuss those resources available. So please make sure that that is happening. Let's see here. Any attendee or exhibitor that engages with at least 35 booths, which means they have 35 stickers at least on their passport, will fill in their name and information. They will then take that passport back to that exhibitor hub where you checked in, where Lindsay and I will be. You will submit your passport and you will get a $25 gift card just for you. That's not it. When you submit your passport, we will then have a giant raffle during the presentation, and one winner will win a $1,000 pay it forward that will go to any DeSoto affiliated 501c3 nonprofit of their choice. Yes, you do have to be present if your name is pulled, and it's really exciting and it's a very big deal. All right, let's see here. I think that's good. Yeah. Exhibitor exchange. Like I said, I've been talking about this a little bit, but that is that first hour just for you guys. So what I just talked about with the passports and the stickers, instead of having the 400 plus attendees also going around, it will just be you. So yes, we do need you there, 3, to participate as an exhibitor. And we also want you there to participate so that you can walk around. And hopefully, the idea of this hour is that your passport is already filled in and done. So you don't have to worry about that during the actual event. Like I said, if there's still some you'd like to visit, you're more than welcome to. But you will have the opportunity to go ahead and get that over to Lindsay and I and receive your gift card and then man your booth. That's totally up to you. Some things we wanted to make sure to bring up here during our exhibitor exchange. All of you do work in this community, so you're aware of the need for bilingual resources. We highly encourage you to bring any bilingual resources that you have, or even encourage staff members who are bilingual to come so that they can translate for the event. Also, I want to go ahead and mention, since this is exhibitor exchange, you're all exhibitors. Some of you did put on your registration, you would be okay with sharing a half table. We understand that if you're a half table instead of an 8-foot table, that's going to make your setup a little different, and what you bring will probably be a little different. Please know we will reach out to you if we need you to be a half table. And again, that would be so we could have more organizations available for the community. We would reach out before the event, most likely around a week before the event. And yeah, if you don't hear from us, that would be because you do have that full 8-foot table. Social media. Social media is a big deal for us here at the Patterson Foundation, as well as I'm sure it is for a lot of you. I know I specifically receive a lot of your newsletters, so I know social media is big. We encourage you to talk about this event not only during the event and after, but before. Like Sherry said, the challenge is on. We ask that you go ahead and share it with your community. You guys are the voices that can get this out to the community, the members of the community that we would like to come and receive the resources that are available. Some hashtags we do use are DeSoto County Ahead, TPF Aspire, Turn Outward, as well as the anthem, Building Our Future with Every Voice. We would love if you would tag us at the Patterson FDN, as well as any other exhibitors that you talk to or you meet while they're at the event. All right. Have you registered? We know all of you have registered because that's how you got the Zoom link to be here today. But others that will be at your booth, we need to make sure they're registered as well. So anyone that is coming and will be working your booth with you, please, you can scan this QR code, or in the after action survey, there will be a link for you to share with them. We highly encourage not only do you share this link, but like we said, the exhibitor packet, the communication guide, and this recording. Exhibitor best practice. I know most of you, if not all of you, have done this before, but we're just going to drop some things here. We do encourage a welcoming smile, making a friendly impression. Before the event starts, we really encourage you during that exhibitor exchange to walk around to others. Introduce your program or service in a clear and easy language. Use of branding and marketing tools to attract people to your table is highly recommended. Please bring your table covers, bring your pop-up banners, bring your spinner wheels, candy, trinkets, anything that you have that you would like to pass out at the event, please bring it. Incentives and rewards will be available. We have a reigning champion on this call. I know he knows who I'm talking about. He was one of 4 winners. And he brought the energy. So what I'm saying is, please, if you want to be a little extra, this is the event to do it. Bring it. We like to get a little competitive here and have some fun. So yeah, be yourself and connect. It's going to be great. Here are some of our example tables. You'll see there their banners. They've got posters. I see candy. The garden club actually brought plants. We, again, encourage you to really think outside of the box and go all out. Honorarium. As an appreciation for your participation in the DeSoto County Ahead Resource Fair, any nonprofit organization who meets all 3 of the following will receive a $150 donation from the Patterson Foundation. That will either go to the organization you are with or a 501c3 organization of your choice that is operating at least partially in DeSoto County. So, what are those 3 things? The first one you can go ahead and check off. If you're here today, the first one is to go ahead and make sure you participate in a Zoom info webinar, which all of you have. The second one is to participate in the exhibitor exchange event from 3 to 4 p.m. And then the last one is to participate in the resource fair as an exhibitor from 4 to 8 p.m. on the day of the event, January 13th. to go ahead and get your honorarium started so that those checks can be mailed out shortly after the event, we need some information from you. So that after action survey that I've talked about multiple times today, that will come in an email to you after this Zoom, is going to have three questions that are very important. When you receive your honorarium, which organization do you want it to go to? Please list their name. We need their address, and we also need to know who to address it to. So before you open up that Google form and start filling out, make sure you have those three things in mind. If you'd like to get a jump start on that after action survey, the QR code is here. And I bet if I sweet talk Erica, she'll even drop a link. So if you'd like to get started early, feel free to go ahead and get a jump on that. Otherwise, keep an eye out on your email later today. That's all we've got on our end. Thank you guys all so much. We're so excited to see you at the event in January. Like Sherry said, if there's an organization that you know of, please pass on the information, which, okay, I can't email you and not send you one more thing. We have created a live document. Every organization that will be there is listed on this document. You'll be able to go ahead and click it. If you scroll through there and you do not see, let's say, Habitat for Humanity, because I know Jennifer's here and she's going to be there, then I would reach out to her and say, hey, I saw you're not going to be there as exhibitor. They're almost at their limit. You need to go ahead and sign up quick. So that will come in the email as well. The email is going to have a lot of good stuff. If you do not hear from me today, that is because your email has probably bounced. So I would write me, write Sherry, write someone and say, hey, where's that email? Because a lot of important information will be coming your way today. All right. I did a lot of talking. Any questions from you guys? Feel free to raise your hand physically. You could hit the raise hand. Okay, Jennifer, let's do it.
How many exhibitors do you have right now? I might have missed that. Did you say?
As of right now, we have over 80 exhibitors. Yay, I know. And when you get that list, I know a lot, you guys are in the community. If you see anyone and you're like, how are they not? Oh no, please send it out. We don't want to miss anyone, especially people who are working so hard in the community, and that's why they might not have had time to sign up yet. Those are the people we want there the most. All right. If we don't have any questions, ladies, is everyone, you go with everyone free to go on this Friday morning?
We
All
just
right,
have
then
to
you're
take a
good to
group.
go.
We just have to take a group picture, please.
Oh my goodness. Oh my word. I hit record. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording.